Stella Creasy.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. In light of your request for brevity, let me be clear, there's a common thread through the points and the amendments that I have tabled today, which is inclusivity. It's something I think members across this House probably support in principle, but it's in practice that we see the devil in the detail in these amendments, and why I want to speak today. I want to turn first of all to the debate around sex and relationship education and welcome the moves of the government. And indeed, this is a debate that has been 7 years in the making, that finally we are going to right the wrong, that whilst composting and compound interest is on our curriculum, consent is not. But what I want to add to this debate is a request for the Minister to look at the wording of New Clause 1 and the explicit reference to same-sex relationships and the importance of being clear, as the consultation goes through, that we will make sure that children are able to talk about every relationship that they may come across in life or they may have themselves and be taught equally to value them. That matters because we know that 95% of LGBT children say they were not talked to at school about same-sex relationships. When it is so much part of the modern world, it is important that we include it in the modern training that we give our children. Not least, I want to raise the concerns of teachers from Walthamstow who said to me that they still live under the spectre of Section 28 and the idea that there are things that they cannot talk to children about. The Minister knows my concern that the use of the word appropriate in his legislation may indeed raise that concern for teachers. So I'm looking for him today to say explicitly that he expects that to be part of the curriculum, that he expects when we talk about bullying, we will address homophobic bullying in schools at both primary and secondary level, and that we will find a sensitive and indeed religiously inclusive way to cover issues around same-sex relationships in line with the Equalities Act, so that we do not trade off making progress on some areas of society through bringing and talking about consent and domestic abuse against gay rights in other sections of our society. I know he will point to the wording that came from 1996 that this legislation echoes. We had Section 28 in 1996. This is 2017. Let us make sure that when we do make progressive legislation, it is truly progressive.